Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk to you guys before I go into work, and today I really want to talk to you about the waiting period with God. And if you are in your waiting period, it could be months, years, days, weeks. It could be whatever time it is supposed to be, it will be. And I really want to just dive into this just because I feel like I kind of had a moment. And, you know, the waiting period is... listen, sometimes, sometimes I know that it gets frustrating. I know that we don't want to wait. I know that we don't want to sit still and just keep being obedient and keep working and working and working and working. I know that we just get impatient, and that's completely normal. I think that's just how our brains work. We just want, our end goal right there. We just want to be in our purpose, and we just want that reward, and we just want to settle into what we are supposed to, and we want to just have whatever our goal is. And I have to give all credit due to the sermon I listened to on Sunday. If you want that information, go to my last video. But anyways, I found out what my purpose was, and I've been settling in my purpose. And if you're watching this, hi, I make content, and I have been making content for a while, but now I feel like now that I'm doing it in God's will, and I really am settling into actually my purpose. I know I'm going to say that word 1,000 times in this video. I've actually seen such a huge difference, and now I'm like, okay, so this is the content God wanted for me. This is what I was supposed to be doing, not that other stuff. So yeah, so please subscribe. I have gained 700 subscribers, and it is crazy, like wild. And I just know, like, God is working on me, and I'm in my waiting season. But I want to get into actually sitting down and waiting. But listen, like last night, this is not a big deal, but I'm going to get into why it's a big deal to me. So last night I went out to get dinner, and I came back in and could not find my phone anywhere. Now, my first alarm goes off at 4:45 in the morning. Okay. I have an 8-month-old daughter, and I didn't know where my phone was, if it was near her, if it was like in her room, in the living room, in my room, out, like I didn't know where my phone was left. So obviously I just cared about if this alarm goes off and she hears it and it wakes her up at 4:45 in the morning and she can't go back to sleep, that's awful. So I'm like in a panic. The longer it takes me to find this, the more I'm getting worked up, and I found myself becoming angry. And I mean, like, your girl's about to crash out over not finding her phone. And I really had to bring myself back, and I actually, like, really spent time in prayer this morning, as I do every morning before I make this video and I go into work and everything. But I came to this realization of, like, girl, you're in your waiting period because there's some things that you thought changed, but it's peeking through. The littlest things. You losing your phone, granted you didn't want the alarm to go off and wake up your baby, and that's okay. But it should not have you so worked up and so angry that you're about to cause a fight with your boyfriend. You're about to get an attitude with him, act out towards him, let it ruin your evening. You haven't been cussing for a long time. You're about to say some words that you don't want to say. And so this morning, I'm like, God, I know you're working on me. I know there's still some time left. My dad, this is not an excuse. I get my anger issues from my dad. And it's not he's obviously a lot better, but growing up, like, I can see a little resemblance of, like, whenever things just don't go my way, or, like, if I'm in a frenzy, I guess, that's whenever it comes out. It's not just like, okay, if somebody makes me mad, this is how I act. It's more of like, if I get overly, like, worked up, things can just ruin my mood. And it's like, girl, that's what we need to work on. Like, We don't need you crashing out over something this small. We don't need you acting like that. So basically, I'm just passing this along. If you're just in your waiting period, when things are not going your way, okay? If you don't get that job, if you don't get accepted into that program, if something as small as you lose your phone, you can't find it, you lose something that's important and you need it, if things are not going your way, how is your response? And again, I'm not saying this is everybody. I'm just passing this along if somebody can relate to me, and I hope that this helps you. How in our heart and how in our mind are we responding? Because I am also somebody that everything in my life can be perfectly fine. Great, I am blessed, and God, I am blessed. But I can everything could be going perfectly smooth. And I can self-destruct my mind into thinking so many things when it's like none of those things are happening. None of these scenarios are happening. None of these things are happening. So why are you I make myself overthink so bad that I can think myself into a spiral. I can get so worked up to where I lose my appetite. I can keep myself up at night thinking about, things that will never happen. And I feel like although I'm doing everything that I need to do, I do feel like I have come a long way in the short amount of time that I've been into my faith. I know that I've been being obedient, and I've been being I know that I've been putting the work in. I know that I've been sowing. I know that I am sowing, but in moments of chaos, how am I acting? And that's what God is like. That's why we're waiting. I need you not to let the enemy in your mind. I need you to not worry. I need you to put every single worry, every single conflict, everything into God. I feel like that's what God is like. Put it into me. You're thinking about things like family issues. You're thinking about scenarios that will never happen. So why are you doing that? If you're so worked up about something so small, and this is how you treat yourself, and this is how you come out, it's girl, that's why we're waiting. So in times that you are getting tired of waiting, because I know we get impatient. I know that things happen and we are just okay, I'm ready. There's times where it's watch the little things. How do we act when something doesn't go our way? How do we act when we get denied of something important, something that we've been working on, something, like I said, getting into a program, getting a new job, getting a new position, do big things that we've been working on. How do we act whenever we're denied? How do we act during conflict? How do we act during moments of panic and moments of unknown? Give it to God. And if you are in your waiting season, you are in your waiting season, write all of these down. Write down everything that you possibly can. But I have to go into work, but I just wanted to share that with somebody because hopefully somebody can relate and this really helps somebody out. Please subscribe, come back, comment if you want to talk about anything. I love you guys so much. Thank you for listening. I hope again that this helps somebody. I'm kind of running late, so I'm sorry, but I just wanted to put this out, and you guys mean so much to me. Thank you. I pray that you have a great day today. I pray that anything that is not from God is not in your way today. I pray that God blesses your path today, and thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and God loves you so much more. Thank you guys, and I will see you either later today or tomorrow. So, yeah.